Obviously, Delasport, we are offering a managed service, so we have over 80 traders and risk managers. So from that perspective, we have the casino operators back.
They're not only missing out on making more revenue, but the biggest risk is actually losing players because of not adding a sportsbook.
But there is something in sport that is deserving a different treatment globally from society.
The truth is, the brutal truth is that
every week trying to convince our colleagues, our friends that have casino brands to add sportsbook. While we have great success with it, sometimes we do struggle to convince the casino operators why they should add the sport. And we said that if they contemplate about adding sport, for sure, because it's every 4 years, and because it means so much in terms of acquisition, and it also means so much in terms of revenues, there is no other good time to add a sports book than now. Also, given the fact that it takes only 3 to 4 weeks to have a full sports book running, and we are in a few months before the World Cup, there is still enough time to get ready. So as a fact, casino operators, they of course, they live casino, they eat casino, they drink casino. It's 24 hours. They get so hooked to the numbers and the VIP and the jackpots and who won and who lost and et cetera, et cetera. So they are very, very close to the product, and that makes total sense. Some of them don't have the know-how in terms of sport. They believe that if they don't have the know-how, they will not succeed, or they will need to have such a learning curve that it will take them a long time. I think as a reality, and I will give you an anecdote, I don't know if I told you about it, Roser. When I was at Superbet, I was running gaming, everything gaming. And of course, I thought that I know casino. I did a lot of things with casino, brought Evolution and new content providers slots in Romania. And of course, all the CRM activities and everything. And I thought that I know casino. But then when I came to work for Skywind, so this is a studio, right? And I saw all the nitty-gritty that is in the slot in terms of anticipation and the reels movement and the sounds and close to a win sounds and wild cards and multiplayer. What's not? It's an entire world. So I thought that I know casino, but there is so much to learn still. But it didn't interrupt me or had a negative influence on my success in Superbet. Similar to a casino operator that adds sport. They don't need to know about everything because they have experts that deals for it for them. So same for the studio that are experts, mathematicians, and experts in UX and casino players' behavior, from the sounds and everything. Also in sports, obviously, Delasport, we are offering a managed service. So we have over 80 traders and risk managers. So from that perspective, we have the casino operators back. So from the fact that I don't know sports, so how can I succeed? It's not a factor because somebody is doing it for you. The casino operators contemplate, should I add or not? Because I have guys that are experts in bringing casino players. I need now to start bringing sports players. It's a different affiliates, different sources. What we learn is that, first of all, a lot of these account managers in the affiliate side, they have experience already with sports, so they already have the network for that. But what we learn is that already in any casino operation, there is a significant amount, between 10 to 20% of the casino players bet on sport.
Yeah.
Just the operators is not aware of it. They already bet, but they don't do it with that brand because they don't have it. By adding a sports book, you immediately, as a casino operator, you immediately see players coming organically to your sport, even if you don't promote it. Another interesting fact is that, do you know the amount of casino players that are male? But what do you think?
Around, I don't know, 50, 60.
So 70%.
Ooh.
70% of the casino players are men. And then interesting fact, and we touched base about it in the before. How many of these men are watching sports, or in specific, how many of these men are watching the World Cup? So we know that it's about 65% of male watching World Cup. So taking that economy also with the fact that when they watch it, and we know that 60% of them are placing bet
Exactly.
on World Cup, that means that a lot of casino players are betting on the World Cup. And of course, if a casino brand doesn't have a sport, they do it elsewhere. We already know that in different markets, some markets, the European markets, you have players have more than 2 free accounts, and then they're roaming between them, doing the businesses, depends on the bonus offering or what's not. Of course, if someone doesn't have a sport, it's not a matter of bonusing. Simply they go elsewhere, and there is always the risk for them not to come back because the other brand
Correct.
is serving them with everything. Plus, if you look at the new generation, the upcoming, that we saw already the statistics about them, the Gen Zs, but also the Gen Zs that are in the last World Cup, there was not in betting age. Now they do. It's an opportunity that it's for sure. It's time to add a sports book. What do you think?
The brutal truth is that you mentioned around 60, 62 to 70% are male. And when you think about that, from the global viewers of the World Cup, it's a known fact that around 55 to 65% of them bet, actually bet.
Yes.
So if you're on an operator which has only casino, it's also a risk, but the biggest risk is that they will go to another brand, which can be another competitor of you, and they actually like the casino side of that brand as well. So
Yes.
you're not only missing out on a stream of revenue, you're risking losing your players, which is worse.
Yes.
Um,
So it's like protecting revenues, but also increasing revenues.
Correct. And then when you look around, so it's not just players who play only casino can open different accounts. I used to bet myself back in the day, and I had multiple accounts with different sports books, even though it was the same product. I just
Yes.
want so let alone if you don't even have your sports book in your casino. Apart from that, we all know that the World Cup is the biggest cross-sell opportunity. I mean, it drives the largest surge of casual sports viewers who will then have a bet. So you don't even need to actually drive traffic to your sports book during the World Cup, because it will be most of
Yes.
it will be organic.
But even if you do, in general, the CPA for sports player acquisition, it's 50 to 60% cheaper than casino.
Exactly.
So you acquire players with less budget, and then you can cross sell them to what we know that they like the sports bettors in the casino. They like the crash games. They like the live casino, roulette, and blackjack. Everything that has some skill in it. Now I remember one of the thing, one of the hurdles. Casino operators, they have this tendency to think, oh, sportsbook is so complex. But it's true that by the look of it, it looks like decimals and fixed odds betting and all of that. But in reality, integrating a sportsbook from time and effort and APIs and what's not, it's not so very different from a video slots content provider. 3 to 4 weeks, you have a full product that is also custom and tailored from the look and feel to your brand book. So it's not a matter of how long does it take. Other questions that I have Yes, but now I need to pivot and recruit new people,
Correct.
etc. Also, not necessarily, because as we said, you already have in your customer base people that are playing, betting also on sport. So you don't need to do much about them. But for sure, as we said, you have an affiliate account manager. They have some experience in sport. You have a CRM guy that used to work for a sports company, also have experience. It's not necessarily that you need to recruit people. You might have it already. And then I'm getting an answer, yeah, but I need now to bring a VP of sport. So this is, again, we suggest to these brand owners, you don't have to do it from the get-go. As we said, we have it covered. But if you do want to have it, and it makes sense to have like a sports manager, it doesn't need to be like in C-level.
Exactly.
Just someone that coordinates and knows
Exactly.
what it takes. That when he works with the trading and risk managers, that he can orchestrate things from your side. So in general, it's not about manpower or man count, and it's not that long to integrate, and also it's
It's fully managed.
fully managed.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest point of it. That it's fully managed, and when they do understand that we and other sportsbook providers, we're covering the whole spectrum of operations for them. We've seen it firsthand with some of our partners. We've seen it firsthand where what we would actually need is one point of contact. And as you said, it doesn't need to be a trading director or this and that, because we're taking care of all those things. But mainly going back, a casino-facing operator without a sports book will struggle during the World Cup. And as I said, most of all, they're not only risking of they're not only missing out on making more revenue, but the biggest risk is actually losing players because of not adding a sports book.
Yes.
That's what I see.
We can share an interesting fact about the player value during the last World Cup 2022 in Europe. The player value per player in the tournament World Cup was €300. In UK, 350 pounds. So it's not just the player views and then come to bet only on the national team. No, there is action to it, and there is money to be made. Other things when it comes to, for this question, adding sport, yes or no? What we see, and actually across the globe, we see of course, casino is great, super entertainment, very engaging and what's not. But there is something in sport that is deserving a different treatment globally from society. You want your children to participate in any type of sport. People watch sport. You don't watch with friends to watch live casino, but you do that in sports. You travel, you go to see your national team, you go to see your football club with your children. So it's something around sports and the values around sports that gives it a better reputation, sort of saying. We now getting more and more business in the UK. So at first we struggle with convincing these casino guys. Now it's become easier because of the tax changes. April 26th, the casino tax in the UK has a huge increase to 40%. Sports is changing next year only to by 10% to 25. Pool betting without a change yet. That also this demonstrate how the politicians and the legislators, how they grasp sport, what is sports means for society. There is reasons also for that. There is also the fact that maybe micro betting will change that, but also the regulators knows that the amount of actions and the chasing losses, etc., it's more tilted towards casino engagement and less for sport. But this is one of the aspects that casino operators can enjoy when they add the sport. One last thing that I have to say about this topic when it comes to marketing. You have this much of airtime that you will spend to keep on showing on social medias or wherever Aviator and Wolf Gold and Bonanza and Rackatoons, because it's the same thumbnail. While in sports, it's event based. So you have
Correct.
so much marketing that you can do around it. Every weekend something is going on. Surely in a tournament like a World Cup and the knockouts and so many actions that you can do when it comes to marketing, which is way more juicy. This is a great opportunity to bring sports player traffic, and as we said, if you do it right, if you are with the right provider, and we do that at Delasport, we help for the operators to with the ways to cross sell sports bettors into the casino. So there is a gain not just by acquiring players with a cheaper CPA 50-60%, but also to cross sell them into casino, and then enjoying the two actions in the two verticals.
Correct. And last thing I want to say, because you just mentioned this hurdle or struggle that casino operators sometimes ask when it comes to retaining the players. Then the truth is that the retention challenge starts after the final whistle of the final match of the World Cup. So it's not during the World Cup itself. And that's where we come in, because we're obviously helping them avoid costs, save on costs when it comes to retention itself with our engagement tools. We all know about what we're talking about with our CRM, etc. So this is what we need the operators to understand out there, that it's not just an integration of a sports book and whatever happens. It's an integration of the sports book, nurturing of the product, making sure, after all, we all know that the operators take the bigger slice of the profit more than the provider. So obviously it's our goal to make sure that the operators are actually gaining another stream of revenue in order for us to obviously keep moving the players to our sportsbook as well.
Yes, one of the things that we do in the last a year and a half at Delasport is to find ways to introduce the sports for the casino players. So we established that about 10 to 20% anyway bet on sport. But what about all the rest? We also established that about 70% of the casino players are men. And of course, great percentages out of it, they watch sports, it's tennis or basketball or football. So what is in the sports book that will bring these players also to bet? So what we experience, and we touch base about it soon, is about jackpot for sports betting. So we bring mechanisms that are familiar for casino players, and also the crash games that become like a sensation in the last 4 or 5 years. So we also brought that as a bridge between the casino experience into the sport.
Last thing, Goran, why it's important also for casino operators, because the World Cup is not just a ramp up, So it's an investment of what's to come when it comes to having another revenue of stream when it comes to sportsbook, of course, to wedding sportsbook.
Look, we are all digital consumers in front of the screen, and now as an operator you want to continue, start. What do you want to do?
So we mentioned the My Sportsbook, where we are giving the ability for the player to choose their own content, like Netflix do.
Here they are like creating.
They are creating.
Content.
So here,
this, mix and match.
Exactly. So now we're giving them the capability to literally create their own content.
It's brilliant for the operator and brilliant for the players.